Tick, 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 tick. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys are still deadlocked in a contract negotiation phase in which I don't think it's all that contentious, but it's taking some time. And that's not my words. That's actually Stephen Jones's word. Let's take a look at Stephen Jones's latest comments on Mad Dog Radio as it pertains to quarterback Dak Prescott's contract and whether or not they want to get it done or not. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Dak Prescott, Dallas Cowboys, and NFL content on the regular. All right, John Machota just tweeted out Cowboys Executive Vice President Stephen Jones on Mad Dog Radio said it's a quote-unquote priority to get a new contract done with Dak Prescott. Quote, franchise QB contracts, they just take time. Jones on believing Dak can win a Super Bowl in Dallas. And before I get to this quote, yes, guys, it is going to take time when you are trying to figure out how you want to disperse almost $250 million to a person in one single contract. I get separation anxiety anytime it's time for me to pay my electricity bill or the rent or something every month. I can only imagine the separation anxiety a billionaire probably gets when he has to pay $250 million to a guy that he didn't actually think was going to be as good as he turned out to be. Remember, Jerry and his outfit, they like to do things their way. They want to be able to win and be successful their way. Their way didn't really include Dak Prescott in them plans. Dak Prescott really just booted his way through those plans like the Kool-Aid man coming through a wall and let them know, hey, I'm here. Pay me now. I am your guy now, right? So I think that's really why we've been seeing so much resistance against signing Dak Prescott every time these contracts come up, is because Jerry and them, they kind of have to stomach the fact that, like, damn, bro, like, this man deserves every penny that we're going to give him. But at the same time, this ain't necessarily the plan that we put into place. So I feel like they have to kind of battle their ego a little bit prior to actually submitting to the reality of the situation, which is you have a top 5 quarterback in his prime and you got to pay that dude. That's the reality of the situation. And then they kind of come to their senses and eventually the deal gets done. I feel like that's what we see every single year, right? And this year is no different. They're about to pay this dude almost $250 million, or at least 20% of $1 billion this offseason, more than likely. Yeah, it's probably going to take some time for that deal to get done, and they probably want to make sure that they do that deal in a way in which they're not having to pull teeth and penny pinch 2 or 3 years down the road when it comes to trying to retool this team and get prepared for another run in the playoffs, right? So I just think that we all have to be a little patient. Yes, this is a microwave society. People want things done on their time when they want it done. I absolutely understand that, but at the same time, what's the rush? Does it matter? Dak has been in involuntary practices. Everything is going smoothly. Dak has told us himself that he understands exactly what Jerry is trying to do. He knows what they're doing. They've been in communication. He knows what Jerry's thinking, where his mind is at. He has no concerns over his contract negotiations or whether or not it's going to get done. So all the crazy TMZ style tabloid drama that's coming out, oh, Dak Prescott's going to get traded here. He's probably going to get traded here. Rumors about him getting traded here are coming out. Oh, the Cowboys want to draft this guy because they want to trade Dak Prescott. Man, this is people trying to drive engagement right now, y'all. There's nothing to it. There's no meat on any of those bones. Pause. But either way, John Machota, quoting Stephen Jones in response to a question being asked about him believing if Dak can win a Super Bowl in Dallas, Stephen Jones says, absolutely. I mean, I totally think Dak can lead us to a championship. He does everything the right way. He's certainly the leader of this football team. He keeps everybody motivated in the offseason. He's got everybody working out and doing all the things that it takes to put in the work to give yourself every opportunity to win a championship. It just so happens that sometimes that old oblong football doesn't bounce your way. And we've had some tough breaks and tough games there in the postseason. But we've won 12 games 3 years in a row. I think that's right at the top in terms of what teams have done over a 3-year period, and we're hanging around the rim. We've just got to go up there and grab it, to use a basketball term, and dunk it in. We're hanging around the rim. We just got to go get the job done. I'm going to say this right now, and this may be something that you guys are not putting enough attention on. Those of y'all that feel like the Joneses really don't care about winning, I'll say this. I don't necessarily think the Joneses are trying to win a Super Bowl every single season. No, I don't. I don't think that they're doing everything they can to try to win a Super Bowl every single season. You can't really objectively say that they are, right? Even when the team is finding itself to have holes, Trevon goes down, we have different injuries, linebackers get depleted. They didn't fix anything. So even then, they weren't being proactive in trying to win a Super Bowl. I think that the Joneses made themselves, not the fan base, and I'm not saying this is okay. I'm not co-signing this. I'm not condoning this mindset. But if you meta-analyze this and you realize that multiple times now in this offseason, we've heard Steven and/or Jerry discuss how they've won 12 games 3 years in a row. We have heard that be brought up multiple times now, how they've won 12 games 3 years in a row. They made it to the playoffs 3 years in a row. The Joneses are very, very, very happy with the results that they've gotten so far. And the fact that they continue to lean on that and lean on the fact that, hey, we won 12 games in a row. We're right at the top of the league there. We've gotten to the playoffs 3 years in a row. We just need to, we just need to punch the ball in the hole. You know what I'm saying? The Joneses are trying to sell the fact that they've gotten there. The Joneses are trying to sell the fact that they have put out a good team, that they've put together a good football team. And I think that they are more comfortable with that than what we as fans may be willing to accept that they are, right? We want them to constantly be in a like panicked win now. We need to make moves to win now type of mode. I think the Joneses are actually kind of proud of the position that their franchise has been in over the course of the last few seasons. I think they're kind of proud at how their team has competed and how it's looked over the course of the last few seasons. And I don't think that they feel that the failures that this team has faced are as much of a big deal as we as fans feel. I'm going to be honest. And that's just me kind of analyzing the fact that they have brought this 12 wins thing up multiple times now. The Joneses may not be as mad as we want to believe that they are. And the reason that that's important is because if they're not that mad yet, which it really doesn't seem like they are, if they're not that mad yet, then they're not willing to do anything drastic like, I don't know, move off of a top 5 quarterback in the league for the sake of taking a whistle in the wind, essentially, bro. That's essentially what you're doing. You're taking a piss in the wind and hoping it doesn't fly back in your face, man. I think that's kind of what the Cowboys are. I absolutely believe that Dak Prescott's contract will still get done. It probably will get done before the season even starts. That's where my mind is at right now. And until I'm proven otherwise, that's where my mind is going to remain. And I'm glad that that is the case, because I think that Dak is the right guy to lead this team, and I want to see him win a Super Bowl in Dallas. I really, really do, right? So let me know what you guys think about all this down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Again, be sure to subscribe for more Dak Attack content, and we still them same old Cowboys.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo, shut up, my boy. Hey, I'm still them boys.